All right. We are live on the internet.
Ugh. Yes, we
Hello.
are. And we are. Oh, James.
Productivity and
Oh, yeah.
procrastination.
That too. And he's.
James.
No, Joe.
I'm Joe this time. He's James.
And we're just two guys that haven't done anything that are trying to do stuff. Just maybe like you. I don't know. You're
Yeah,
probably not as bad as us, though.
we're searching through things that will work and help us be motivated.
Now we're
And
documented and being potentially bad at this, so there you
wait,
go.
we're documented it?
Well, yeah, this whole thing is a documentation of how bad we are at doing
Oh,
things.
yeah, that's true. But we keep coming back here. This is the one
That's
thing we're good
right.
at. One thing we're good at is being
Is
a
our addictive
stereotype.
nature. Yes.
We are a stereotype with, two guys don't know anything about anything, and we start making our own podcast.
Yes.
I
So,
feel like we're a
we're
stereotype.
one could say that we're very good at that now. We're
Yes.
well, not very good, but we at least done it a few times.
We're very consistent.
Very consistent. Yes. So up front, I'll apologize for our content. No. And we going.
I mean, we are sorry. Sorry, we've had a very laughy morning, so we're a little
We
got
have.
a little
We
bit
were,
more
we were having some fun.
joke energy.
It was fun. Um, let's see. I
was
woke
your
up
week?
late.
What?
Um,
Since when?
real late too. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Joe, for your ability to do this at a later time because of my lateness.
I've done it to you like how many times? Like a billion. And I have
Well,
to
that's-
admit, this
that's
morning
good.
I was also 15 minutes late because it was really hard getting out of bed. I was like,
Oh. Nice.
so I, we've all got problems.
Yes, we do. So let's talk about those problems.
Let's talk
Try
about the
to-
problems.
See where we're at.
Let me talk about the stuff I've been doing.
Yeah, because I have a big list of things that I wanted to just find out about you. So go for it.
Big list. Shit. I've been doing a thing.
You
I've
describe.
been doing like pen drawings, but trying to do
He's cute.
more realistic pen drawings. Like with
Oh.
realistic shading and stuff. I'm not good yet, but I'm trying.
That's good. What are you talking about?
Well, it's the shading was off. I didn't like it.
Yeah, well, didn't
I
look
saw
like
some
crap.
really
Let's put it that way.
right. I'm really happy with how these are turning out so far, and I think there's something there for me. I haven't been doing any cute drawings. Like I did a couple, but most of it's been doing these pen drawings, which I've been really enjoying. And I think it's just making me a better artist in general. I'm really enjoying that. It's been sparking a lot of joy. So I've just been using this Bic, I think that James gave me.
Blue Bic. Ew. I'm all for the
Yeah.
black Bics, but hey, blue will work if it gets you in there. Are you enjoying it? Please tell.
Specifically about the Bic or the actual.
Yes, that's the
Oh,
part
the
that
Bic,
I'm
okay.
really
really latched onto. Okay.
I
Well,
care
I
about
gotta get
anything
into
you're
this-
talking about, but yeah, the Vic.
Okay, well, let me tell you about this Bic. So it's really good for a lot of different shading. If I press super lightly, I can get this like really smooth sheen. James is apparently about to get The Haunting.
I was
His
thinking I
lights
was
are
about to be
flickering.
abducted, but oh no,
Yeah.
hold on.
He's playing Phasmo right now, IRL, and his lights are flickering. The ghost is hunting. Oh no! Now that's off. He's dead.
Now they won't know I'm here. I'll turn on a different light. This one I'll have to keep turning on though.
That's
Anyway,
fine. But no,
Yes.
the pen is great. I like your Bic. It is wonderful.
it feels rewarding hearing that.
I like it. It sparks joy. But yeah,
What's really good
drawings
too
are
is the
really
price.
yes, yes. Especially considering how many things I'm gonna burn through just doing these like sketches.
Have you burned through any of them yet?
No, but I haven't
Picks
really
last a
gotten.
long time, dude.
Yeah,
They do.
seem to, and I'm very happy with it. I'm enjoying it.
Excellent.
So yeah, I've done a lot of actual art practice, which makes me happy, and I'm exploring instead of doing it the way I'm supposed to. Like, I put quotes around that because you see somebody else do it a certain way. I'm exploring what way works for me a little bit more.
Good.
I'm currently struggling with proportions while using the Bic. Like, I have to figure out a way to, because here's what I want, right? I want to be able to take a pen and my notebook anywhere and draw. Now, I don't want to have a whole bunch of other utensils with me. I just specifically want to have those two, because I don't have to I need a ruler and I need my my compass to draw perfect circles. For me, it's about making sure I have minimal tools to do what I want to do, because I want to be able to when I want to draw, I want to be able to oh, do you have a pen and paper? Because I can draw with that. Not, do you have a pen, paper, compass, ruler, 3.5 lead, just a whole bunch of these specific things. I want to be able to just,
Oh, I'm at a coffee shop and there's a napkin.
yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on, is just drawing with pen and trying to figure out how I'm going to do proportions properly. Like, I've been using a lot of the measuring with your thumb thing. It's a thing where you put your arm out as far as you can and you measure things.
Oh.
And you take it to your paper and try to do this.
The 3 fingers. 4 fingers till sunset. There's an hour left before we have to
Exactly.
make. All right, yeah, we get it. It's nice. Except for the drawing world, maybe, or no,
Exactly. No, I gotta say sunset, and I use that to measure. No, yeah, it's basically just using your what you have on hand to measure proportions, and
Cool.
it takes practice, and that's what I have to do is practice. So one thing I'm getting good
You
at.
know what I imagine? I was like, you should make all those survival shows, where people are out in the middle of nowhere with sticks and rocks and stuff. You can be like, artist survival, I don't know.
I have to send
that way.
a picture of my stick drawing to my sponsor for him to send me out food.
In order to make, you need to make fire so you can make, graphite or whatever. Be able to make your own pencils and stuff. Anyway, that's great. Joe, I like to hear when you're happy about drawing. There's a difference when
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, I drew my 3 things, or there's this genuine enthusiasm that it's like, hey, I'm I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it. And people can tell, you know.
Oh yeah, no, it's a big deal. I've been really struggling with this face.
I would struggle with that face too.
It's not this face. It's a different
Oh,
face.
okay.
I struggle with this face too, so I get it. But no, it's a different face I'm struggling with. But we'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out.
Nice. Nice. So I have some questions unless you have more
No,
stuff.
I'm. My
Okay.
next question was, what are these questions?
Okay. Um so I listened to the last video and I wrote down a bunch of things that I thought. First of all, my main question was you were down on Monday. How do you feel this week?
Better.
Awesome.
I don't remember why I felt so blah last. Oh, I think it's like seasonal depression or something like that, where like it can, because of the big changes in my life, like being around, like it brings up a lot of feelings of different seasonal events and all that type of stuff that I don't have access to anymore, or just like, it emphasizes a lot of my current life that I'm lacking.
Well, I'm glad you seem in a good mood today.
Yeah, well, it was just like for that first week or first like few days, it was really rough. But I think Thanksgiving was like the start of it, and then it seems to have cleared up. So
Nice. My second question would be, can you name how many, conscious decision points maybe you had this week, like that you noticed, and then you chose to work instead of.
I there wasn't a lot. There was a lot of conscious choices, but I didn't choose to work most of them. But I did choose to do a lot of these, like there's a lot of like internal, I want to use the term nagging, but maybe drive is more accurate. There was a lot of internal drive to do these pen drawings because I really liked them. And so a lot of the times it was like, well, I have a few seconds, I should be working on this, because it takes a while to get these pen things going, because it's not just like, oh, I just draw it. It's like doing light strokes over and over and over, that type of stuff. It's really interesting and really fun. And so a lot of my time was spent doing that. Like I've been working on this one, like I've got this part of it, it's probably not going to show up. Like it's part of the face. Yeah. But I didn't like the angle, so I did it 3 more times. And then a 4th time, because I'm trying to get this angle just right. This is the face I'm struggling with.
I'm gonna have to work on a method of showcasing someday. They all come up as blurry masses.
Yeah.
And my other question, did you figure out what works for you?
What works for you? So this isn't. So there was a lot of like discussion about using a more scientific method to approach what works for me as far as like making sure my goals get completed. I do think part of it is goals, like writing them down, because that did help. I didn't count drawing with the pen as drawing cute things, like practicing cute things. So I didn't get a whole lot done. I only did, it looks like Wednesday and Friday, as far as like actual days done. But I still felt like I I really progressed with actual art, which I think is important too.
Oh yeah, it's equally important.
Um, so I do think an important, because I did like think about like my goals and like crossing them off, because I do really like crossing it off. It just it's I thought I would not care, but it turns out I do. Like when we first started doing this, I was like, I don't care. But there's just something satisfying being like, you're done.
Yes, there is. Let's see.
So I need to basically keep reiterating on what works for me and figuring that out.
Well, I guess I answered my question about the new pencil. Or does it?
Oh no, I
you
already
have-
bought it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I bought it like the day after. I was like, I'm just getting it. So
Excellent.
I got a new carrying case
Oh,
so I can carry it around. I got a sharpener to take with me. I got some lead to take with me. And there's one other thing I got. Oh, some erasers.
you've got this briefcase carried around. What's in this briefcase, sir? Oh, my pencil. You lift it up.
just a pencil.
Myriad of all these erasers. There's one little pencil in the middle, like with the foam cutouts. Oh. Anyway. Nice. And do you feel like you earned a reward this week? Do you have a little reward section in your little things?
Yeah, I do have a reward section. I picked up all the things anyways, so I feel like I cheated. Because I didn't actually accomplish my goals like I would have wanted, but I feel satisfied that I've progressed in art, but not necessarily for what I intended to.
Hey, I don't think it really matters. You had a good week.
Yeah, it
You
feels
can
like I
enjoy
did
yourself.
have a good week. I did really enjoy myself. I really, really like drawing with ballpoint pen. The solidity of it and knowing you can't erase, I love that so much. It's because you can't erase that makes the pen so cool. Because it's like, it makes you think of the forms. It makes you think like in layers, I guess, and like how you're gonna have to do things. But right now, like I make that sound like I'm something I'm doing. It's not. Most of my drawings have been like referenced from another person, so I'm just basically looking and copying down what I see, which is not a bad thing and it's great practice. But it's for me right now. It's more of a technique than using the pen is more of a practice of the technique using pen, more practice of the tool than it is necessarily the strategy and stuff that would require to use an actual, like make my own actual pen drawing. Because in making my own pen drawing, I need to think about what's on top, what's in the middle, what's in the back, that type of stuff, in order of from front to back. Because you can't draw a full arm and then you're like, okay, I will also want a like a arm backpack on it, like those weird arm fanny packs, army packs. Found it.
Well, good.
But yeah, it's been fun. I really like it. It's some other drawings, like I saw one on a Facebook post, and so I copied it to my desktop, and I was like, okay, I want to learn how to create like this. Something else I want to be working on is cross hatching. It's something I've dabbled with a little bit, but haven't done a whole lot with. Ooh, I did all my Christmas shopping last week too, and I may have bought myself one of those pens that have 10 different colors in the thing.
Yeah, I've been there.
I'm excited about it.
Nice. Yeah, They're fun.
They are fun.
They always seem to. If anything runs out of ink to me, those usually do. But
Oh, probably.
anyway, let me know how it goes.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun nevertheless, even if it's just a gimmick.
They're
Alright,
just
James.
bulkier, you know, and so
yes, they are bulky. I'll have to draw like this, like
I just
caveman.
every time I think, oh, it's the perfect pen, it never is. It always seems to be misplaced, and I don't use it. But let me know your experience. That would be cool. Well, I'm glad your week went well. And did you happen to make an alarm that helped you to remind yourself and make it a kind of a conscious decision, or no?
No, I did forget to do that because my 7:30 alarm.
It's like the one thing he could do in between, like me talking and him, and he didn't do it.
Yeah. You would think. I completely forgot about it for most of the week. Like, the drawing cute things was like in the back of my mind, but not, oh, change your alarm. I even wrote it down. It still just wasn't there.
Well, it sounded like you made a lot of decisions toward your betterment this week than the last week anyway.
Yeah.
And I always find that helps my mood. You know, if I'm down, just
being
choosing things that can help me out for the future just makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, I think creating is an important part of my mental health. All right,
mine as well.
My week, we've talked about it. We've picked it apart. Let's talk about your week. How's your week going?
My week was pretty good. I wrote quite a bit actually.
Nice.
Yeah, just quite a few days in various novellas that I'm working on at the same time. And then a lot of journaling, a lot of just, reflecting. And actually, there's a small story that I always wanted to write first and publish first, and I haven't written anything in it for 15 years. I sat down and just wrote the whole thing. Just wrote the first draft anyway, just in one day. I was like,
that's awesome.
It's time. And I just did it. And it didn't turn out anything like I thought it would, honestly. But I may just go with it because it's written more like me, I guess. If me is a type of writing, I didn't care, and I just wrote it. But that felt really good. To make that decision. I mean, you don't know how many times I've told myself, "Oh, I'm going to do that," but it's just, I've always just put it off, and to just do it is such a change. There's a lot less fear in my mind now about awesome. I'm like, this is what I got. This is me. And if someone wants to share in that madness, they can buy my stuff. If they don't, well, most people won't. So and but it's, a lot of it can be fear, and I just don't have that right now. It's like, hey, you can fear yourself to the grave,
Oh yeah.
Time to just, this is what I am right now. Hey, I'm sorry in 10 years if my first little thing is complete garbage, you know. It's a snapshot right now. So, and what better time to just get started and do things than right now? Yeah, I learned my program, the vocals, and I recorded my first vocals, and
Doing like an audiobook version or?
no songs and stuff.
Oh.
Did I say I wrote my first song last week?
No, you
Thought
said I thought you said it was a story.
oh well, I wrote a song last week, but I'm not going to put it to words. Probably, I don't know. Maybe as a joke, but and then so that was good. Finally got everything up and running, well, and starting to understand that program a little bit better. So I've taken some time, not as much as I would have liked, but I mean, it sounds
Yeah.
like I did something, but I really
Progress.
didn't do a lot. But I did that. That was kind of the moment that I decided, okay, I'm done working on it this week. Was when I actually made progress. I'm like, right at this moment, I could record vocals, I could start working on, beats and stuff, and okay, fine, I'm good for this week. Now, next week, I'll move on. But I worked out quite a bit. Well, work out in quotation marks. I like stretched and did some basic stuff before you'd want to work out kind of thing. But I did that multiple days and
There you go.
felt good about it. I also bought a Fitbit. That's coming today, actually.
Ooh.
Mostly to track my sleep. See how well I sleep. 'Cause Heather's always making fun of me. Like, I sound like I'm going to die in the middle of the night. Which is probably accurate. But anyway. Yeah. I feel good about this week.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel pretty good too. I'm excited for the end of the year. I'm excited for income, like for tax season.
Oh, yeah. It's always on top
I'm
of my
excited.
mind. Makes me feel great.
Well, I like my income or tax return.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
Guess you're doing your taxes wrong then if you're getting a return.
Well, yeah. I mean, realistically,
Anyway.
probably. But
I mean, yeah, it is nice getting a check, but then you're like, okay, well, with inflation, blah, 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 I didn't actually, I loaned the government money, Whatever, who cares? It feels good.
yeah,
Who cares?
it does. Like if I could make it perfectly even, sure, I would do that. But I don't have the math skills for that, so or the knowledge. I probably have the math skills, just not
Yeah,
the
you
knowledge.
probably do. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
But, who cares, really, ultimately?
Yeah. As long as it,
I think it really
it's
stakes
a
pay.
reason. It's something to be excited for something for, and I like being excited about stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stack the box, give yourself things to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good thing. Yeah, speaking of which, I made like a movie night. My family, was like, hey, you know what? Let's start something, and so that was good. However, that has turned into a movie every night since then. So, and last night it was 3 movies in a row.
What? Oh my gosh!
I know, it was ridiculous. So I'm gonna have to pull back on the reins there a little bit.
Gonna run out of movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, no. So I think the
So
week went well.
what are your plans moving forward? Like, what are what are your goals this week?
I want to just move forward in every category of what I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I want and each one is kind of relative to its own self. You know, the my physical side, getting that going on is all relative to the practically nothing that I've done so far. You know, I want to increase that. I want to stay consistent. I want to work on more of like a pattern creation. You know, that's what is more on that line. And then, you know, the writing and stuff. That's along the same lines. I want to keep feeling like I worked well on that. Um, and let's see, for the songwriting thing, yeah, I want to move forward in make something more combining the elements that I've been looking into, and progressing a little bit in a more advancing kind of way. Maybe try some new instruments out, stuff like that, and yada yada. Um, Basically, it's I want to keep the momentum moving forward. And if I do that, I'll feel pretty good about next week. It's kind of like, um, well, I don't know what it's kind of like because I've never really kind of moved so well before. But I'm definitely paying more attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's actually been almost a year since we started making these.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
That's wacky because
Hmm.
we started. Well, we had the like thing in like January something, and it wasn't too
Yeah.
long after that we started this.
Yeah. Um, You know, it really says something about consistency. You know, I mean, there are 20,000 ways to probably help yourself move forward in just getting things done in your life, you know. It's just but if there's anything that's, you know, a factor in every single one of them, it's probably consistency. It's probably developing that.
Mm-hmm. I wish we have. I feel like we've done for sure with at least this. This is like one thing we're super consistent on.
That's what I mean actually. Is the consistency of looking at yourself weekly, um, is probably the biggest decision, you know, that helped
I
at least
mean,
get me to here.
we have done a lot, consider like comparatively to like a year ago, like the stuff we've done versus what we've done now. Like the amount of work we were doing a year ago versus the amount of work we're doing now, I feel like is it's quite a bit of an improvement, which is nice. At least, and there's also a lot more self awareness too, because of our consistency of checking in.
Yeah, and that actually makes me think of, yeah, the what I was just thinking about a few moments ago, which was like it's not really like it's there is a change in the awareness level, and it's I don't know. I'm just happy that that there is that change, and I'm looking forward to. I feel like I've just scratched the surface, you know, of how much I could actually do. But I'm also spending time with family and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, same.
You
Like
know,
I've been spending a lot of time with my little humans and my brother. So
for right now, it's good.
yeah.
You know, this week was pretty good.
For those of you who can't see, James's light went off and it was like he just got haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Say
So
something, Joe.
this week, I want to have my cutoff time for family and friends at 10 and work from 10 to 11 on whatever. So that way I'm getting progress done. And then ideally I'm working on stuff throughout the day too. So I think I'm going to I have to change my alarm to 10. Basically is what I need to do. I'm gonna have that as my goal this week.
Mm. I apparently need to figure out how my alarms work.
And then I do want to still practice drawing cute things. Like the pen thing's great, but I also want to be doing my other stuff too. Because I want to start making money so I can live the life that I want to. Perfect. So yeah, pretty simple goals. I think changing the alarm to 10 will really help. And I'm gonna probably do that right when I get off here, so that way I can actually get it done. And then we also had a game idea that we were working on.
Oh yeah.
Did you still want to be working on that?
Yeah, I do. We can talk about that, I guess, after stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty wise financial move relative to the amount of time we have to work. Actually,
I concur. And it's something I do enjoy doing as well. All right. Well then, do you have any other things you want to add before we call
I
it
just
here?
want to wrap it around to the people listening, people watching, and basically, I mean, I just, it's been a year. I mean, if anybody has actually listened to all of these, you know, it's nice to know that there is. If I would have to say, is there more of a chance I'm going to have a positive week this next week than a negative one? I would say yes. There's more likely of a chance I'm going to have a good week. I'm going to get some things done. I'm going to move forward in some of the things that I'm doing. And I don't necessarily think that for the majority of the year I could really say that. It was very wishy-washy. It was very up and down. And, we did have the consistency of doing these check-ins. But, it's like a crapshoot. of whether or not I was going to have a good week or a bad week. And I feel like I'm past that right now, and I'm looking forward to what I'm going to get done instead of if I'm going to get done. You know?
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think that a lot of what James has said has resonated with me as well. It's nice having these check-ins specifically so that we do get that reflection, because it's important to reflect on the choices you've made and then like what your choices are moving forward. But yeah, it's been nice.
Well, so
Alrighty.
we end it here.
Yeah, thank you for listening and watching, and maybe both. We will, catch you next week. And
Yes.
don't forget, James is haunted.